Chapter 6: The Machine Period of Capitalism. Transition from manufacture to machine industry. Transition to machine industry. Capitalism couldn't fully revolutionize the economy until it shifted from manual labor to machine-based production in the late 18th century. The machine's role. Machines provided the foundation for this revolution, increasing productivity and transforming how goods were produced. Components of a machine. Motor mechanism provides power either by generating it like a steam engine or harnessing natural forces like a water wheel. Transmitting mechanism regulates, modifies, and transfers the power to the working machine, e.g. gears, belts. Working machine directly acts on the material using mechanized versions of hand tools to achieve the desired outcome. Impact of machines. Increased productivity. Machines allowed for simultaneous use of multiple tools and harnessed new energy sources like steam and electricity. Integration of science. Machines facilitated the application of scientific knowledge to production, further enhancing efficiency. Capitalism's foundation. Large-scale machine industry became the bedrock of capitalist production, solidifying its dominance. The Industrial Revolution in Britain. Favorable conditions. Early abolition of serfdom, bourgeois revolution, dispossession of peasantry, and colonial wealth fueled capitalism's growth. Textile industry leads the way. High demand for cotton cloth drove innovation in spinning and weaving technologies. Flying shuttle, 1733, increased weaving speed, creating demand for faster spinning. Spinning machines, 1765 to 7 boosted yarn production, initially powered by humans or animals, later by water. Mechanical loom, 1785, automated weaving, replacing hand looms by the 1840s. Chemical advances improved and sped up cloth processing, bleaching, dyeing, printing. The steam engine and its impact. Universal prime mover freed industry from reliance on water power, enabling factories to be built anywhere. Early applications. Initially used in mining to pump water, later perfected for wider industrial use. Spread of the steam engine. Adopted in Britain and abroad, facilitating the rise of large factories. Technological advancements and industrial growth. Machine-made machines. Engineering emerged as a new industry to produce machines more efficiently and precisely. Metal replacing wood. Increased machine durability and performance. New tools, mechanical hammers, presses, and lathes further revolutionized production. Metallurgy boom. Demand for iron and steel for machines fueled advancements in metallurgy. New smelting methods, using mineral fuel instead of charcoal, along with improved blast furnaces, increased efficiency. Coal industry growth, fueled by the steam engine and metallurgy. Industrial revolution spreads beyond Britain. France gained momentum after the 1789 to 94 revolution, with factories dominating by the late 19th century. Germany, delayed by feudalism, but expanded rapidly after unification in 1871. USA, started in the early 1800s, accelerated after the Civil War, leveraging British technology and European capital workers. Russia began before serfdom ended, but fully developed after the 1861 reforms, hindered by feudal remnants. Capitalist industrialization, industrial revolution, and capitalist industrialization. The Industrial Revolution marked the start of capitalist industrialization, prioritizing heavy industry, production of means of production for profit. Stages of development. Capitalist industrialization typically begins with light industry, consumer goods, due to lower investment costs and faster capital circulation. Profits from light industry are then reinvested into heavy industry. Examples: Britain's textile industry initially dominated, followed by heavy industry like metallurgy in the late 19th century. Similar patterns emerged in other capitalist countries. Technological advancements. The steam engine was crucial, later joined by internal combustion engines and electricity, revolutionizing production. Industry expansion. machine production expanded into various sectors including mining, petroleum, chemicals, and railway construction. Exploitation and inequality. Capitalist industrialization relies on exploiting workers, ruining peasants, and plundering colonies, leading to social and economic disparities. Paths to industrialization. Colonial conquest. Britain's industrialization was fueled by colonial exploitation, war and indemnities. Germany used war indemnities from France to fund its industry. Loans and concessions. Tsarist Russia utilized foreign loans and concessions, leading to economic dependence. Combined approaches. The USA employed a mix of foreign loans and exploitation of indigenous populations. Uneven development. Despite industrial advancements, many regions within the capitalist world still relied on primitive hand techniques. Growth of towns and industrial centers. Formation of the class of proletarians, urbanization. Capitalist industrialization led to a significant increase in urban populations and the number of large towns as people migrated from rural areas to industrial centers for work. Rise of the industrial proletariat. The Industrial Revolution transformed the workforce, creating a large and distinct class of industrial workers, proletariat. This shift separated workers from traditional ties to agriculture and craft-based production. Workers were concentrated in factories and industrial centers, fostering a shared class identity and interests. Growth of the working class. The working class expanded rapidly throughout the 19th century, fueled by the continuous influx of displaced peasants and craftsmen. Examples of workforce expansion. Britain. Industrial workforce more than tripled in the 19th century. France. Industrial workforce grew from 2 million in the 1860s to nearly 3.8 million by the early 20th century. USA. Industrial workforce increased from 1.8 million in 1859 to 6.8 million in 1899. Germany. Industrial workforce grew from 700,000 in 1848 to 5 million in 1895. Russia. Industrial workforce in large-scale enterprises more than doubled between 1865 and 1890. Class consciousness. As the working class grew, local and craft-based identities gave way to a broader class consciousness with shared interests and a sense of historical mission. The capitalist factory. The machine as a means whereby capital exploits wage labor. Capitalist factory and exploitation. The capitalist factory is a large-scale enterprise that uses machinery and exploits wage workers to produce commodities for profit. System of machinery. This involves interconnected machines that perform coordinated tasks, leading to increased productivity and reduced commodity value. Machines' impact on labor. Increased productivity. Machines significantly increase labor productivity, requiring less labor for the same output or producing more with the same labor. Job displacement. Machines displace workers, leading to unemployment, as seen with the introduction of steam-powered looms. Exploitation of women and children. Machines simplify tasks, allowing capitalists to employ women and children under harsh conditions and low wages. Capitalist control and labor discipline. Capitalists own the machines and reap the benefits of increased productivity. Capitalist management is inherently exploitative and despotic, enforcing strict discipline through the threat of unemployment and fines. Negative consequences for workers. Unemployment. Machines displace workers, leading to unemployment and poverty. Lengthened working day. Capitalists maximize machine use, leading to longer working hours for laborers. Intensified labor. Machines are used to extract more labor from workers, leading to health problems and shorter lifespans. Deskilling. Machines simplify tasks, reducing the need for skilled labor and turning workers into mere appendages of machines. Class struggle. The introduction of machines intensifies the class struggle between workers and capitalists. Machine wrecking. Early worker protests targeted machines as symbols of their displacement and oppression. Capitalist response. Capitalists use machines to suppress worker resistance and break strikes. Large-scale industry and agriculture machines in agriculture. Large-scale industry facilitated the introduction of machinery in agriculture, significantly increasing productivity. However, small-scale farmers often lack the resources to acquire and utilize machinery effectively. Impact on peasant economy. The use of machinery in capitalist agriculture leads to the differentiation of the peasantry, squeezing out small farmers who cannot compete with large-scale production. Exploitation of agricultural workers. Capitalist use of machinery in agriculture intensifies the exploitation of farm workers, often demanding greater physical exertion. Town and country divide. The machine period of capitalism further separates industry from agriculture, deepening the divide between urban and rural areas. Slow adoption of machinery. The introduction of machinery in agriculture lags behind industry. While steam engines revolutionized industry, their use in agriculture remained limited for a long time. Tractors, despite being invented earlier, were not widely adopted until the 1920s. Continued reliance on traditional methods. Even today, many capitalist countries still rely on draft animals and traditional tools for agricultural production. Capitalist socialization of labor and production. Limits to the use of machines under capitalism. Progress in productive forces. Capitalism, with its machine technique, significantly advanced the productive forces of society compared to the feudal era. Machines revolutionized production and transformed society. Socialization of labor. Large-scale machine industry led to the extensive socialization of labor under capitalism through concentration of production. Production became concentrated in large-scale enterprises utilizing machinery and requiring collaborative labor. Increased division of labor. Specialization and interdependence among different branches of industry grew. Expansion of markets. Local markets merged into national and international markets. Free hired labor. Feudal dependencies were replaced by free hired labor. Increasing worker mobility. Class polarization. Society became increasingly divided into two main classes, capitalists and wage workers. Limitations of capitalist production. Despite the progress, capitalist pursuit of profit hindered the full potential of productive forces. Focus on profit, not social needs. Capitalists prioritize minimizing wages over maximizing social benefit or improving working conditions. Limited incentive for innovation. Low wages discourage capitalists from investing in machinery that could improve efficiency and lighten labor. Consequences of capitalist machine production. Increased competition and anarchy. Machine production intensified competition and the chaotic nature of capitalist production. Oppression and contradictions. While advancing productive forces, capitalism also increased the oppression of workers and sharpened the inherent contradictions of the system.